So shout out to moms and the people in our lives who do the job of moms.
Heck yeah, and my dad's here too. Shout out to all the moms. Yo, before we get into the mom-centric content for today, I want to do a quick review and question from yesterday. You guys remember yesterday, our title of our time together was, Yo, I found this on the internet, and we saw a lot of great dinosaur memes. So of course, I'm just curious to know, of the 4 memes you are currently looking at right now, which one slaps the hardest, as the kids say? Which is your favorite meme? Raptor Keeper, Dinosaur Time, Velociraptor, or the true self into the false self? Which dino meme slaps the hardest? Ooh, interesting. Velociraptor seems to be a favorite. Shouts to Jada for bringing that up. Dinosaur Time, it's not doing bad. Really,
it's my vote.
The false self is I like that one a lot. People like the Raptor Keepers. Oh, Raptor Keeper and Velociraptor neck and neck, both with 16 votes.
Neck and neck.
Keep voting, you guys. This is practice for November's most important election in the history of this country, almost inarguably. So, flex those democratic muscles now. 17-17, we cannot have a split vote here. People, we got Raptor Keeper and Velociraptor still tied. Velociraptor's jumped ahead. I'm going to give this 10 more seconds. 10, 9, get your votes in. We have 45 out of 49 people have voted thus far, which is good voter turnout, 91%. I mean, I think anyone would take that as far as voter turnout goes.
Excellent. If we can get that in November, we'll be okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine if we had 92% voter turnout in this country, how much different and better it would be for everyone? So today we're going to talk about voter suppression and gerrymandering. No, I'm kidding. We're not. We're going to talk about the best dinosaur moms. We got to end this poll. It looks like eking out a victory. Velociraptor with 43% of the vote beats Raptor Keepers with 36% of the vote.
Jada, great job bringing that to us yesterday.
Yeah,
Jada, I think it's because of Jada's explanation of its foot being
very
actually scratching his chin.
Yeah. Not only, Jada brought up a really good point, which is, again, that's actually its foot. And secondly, the claw would have been turned the other way. So I don't even know how it would have, I don't know. That would have been very, very stretchy. All right, but we're not talking about memes today, although I'm sure they're going to come up. We are talking today about moms. Obviously, it's Mother's Day. But first, because we always have a dino of the day, today's dino of the day, guess what, guys? It's not a specific dinosaur species. I'm going to give you guys a challenge because yesterday you came up with some amazing speculative evolution dinos. So today, I want to see your iteration of a dinosaur mom. So whatever that means to you, but it should be pretty obvious when we view the picture that it is a mom. So maybe there are certain things this animal's doing that makes it appear mom-like. Maybe there are kids with it. Whatever species you want to go, however you want to iterate on a mom dinosaur. I'm excited to see these drawings. At about 12:45, 12:50, we'll go around the Zoom room and we'll share a very special Mother's Day dinosaur paleo art gallery, which will be very fun. But first, I guess we already did first and second with the poll and the dino of the day. Third, but first in our hearts, Mom, hi.
Hi.
So just for the purposes of today, as being our guest expert, would you like me to refer to you as Mom, Sharon, or Ofcom?
I think today, Your Highness would be appropriate.
Your Highness, okay, that's fair. I say Ofcom for you guys that don't know. Ofcom stands for Artist Formerly Known as Mother, which is one of your many aliases. But today, Your Highness, thank you for joining us from Worthington, Ohio.
Mom is cool.
Mom is cool. I love that we can see a bunch of your art on the background. You do a bunch of mixed media, collage and painting. So the ones behind you. And then all the way down behind you right now on the wall. Yep. You can follow her on Instagram, Brooklyn Cardboard. Anyway, enough pleasantries, Mom. I got to put you through the ringer like we do for all our guests. I know you have played once. So this is actually the first time we have a repeating champion playing Dino or Not a Dino. Are you ready to play?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here is how this works for those of you turning in for the first time. Dino or Not a Dino. I'm going to read Her Highness a list of 10 different animals, some of which are actual real dinosaurs, some of which I have totally made up. And your job, Mom, I'm sorry, Your Highness, is simply to identify the dinos from the not dinos. You can look around the room. Our panel here is definitely going to give you some helpful thumbs up or thumbs down. If you need a spelling, I'm happy to spell them as well. Are you ready to play Dino or Not a Dino?
Yes, very
All right,
excited.
let's dig in. Animal number, oh, my post-it notes, there we go. Animal number 1, Platyosaurus. Platyosaurus.
You mean Platyosaurus?
You're gonna fact check my pronunciations? I've never heard Platyo, but maybe Platyosaurus. What are your thoughts?
Yes.
Yes, or no? Yes, Dino?
Yes.
Final answer.
Yes.
That is correct. Platyosaurus is a dinosaur. You're now 1 for 1, off to a great start. Animal number 2, Protorudorops. Protorudorops.
No.
No, you're going no. Immediate no. Wow. Okay. That is correct. Protorudorops
Just
is
cleaned my sewer. That's why. Go ahead.
what?
Roto-Rooter?
Oh, okay. So you're going no. Protorudorops, you're right. That is not a dinosaur. You're 2 for 2. These you can get a little harder. Maiasaurus.
Spell, please.
N-Y-A-S-A.
N-Y-A-S-A.
N-Y-A-S-A Saurus.
Ooh, no one has an idea.
Got a thumb in the room? Michael.
Callie put a thumbs down, apparently.
Wait, say it again.
Michael's going up, M's going
Thank you.
down.
I'll go with Michael.
Nyasasaurus.
Rex is saying no.
Christina says yes.
Okay.
Anybody?
I need a final answer.
I'm going to go with yes.
You're going to go with yes. That is correct. Nyasasaurus is a dino. In fact, many believe it to be like one of the very first dinosaurs, about 250, 230 million years ago. All right, Mom, you're doing great. Your Highness is doing great. You're 3 for 3. These are going to get tougher. Powalong. Powalong. Spell it. I'm sorry. P-O-W-E-L-L-O-N-G. Powalong.
No.
Wow. Mom, you have been doing great, and now you're still doing great. You're 4 for 4. You're crushing it. 4 for 4. Her Highness is earning her title as Her Highness. Halfway there, number 5. By the way, you only have to get 6 out of 10 to pass. Very, very low bar. Let us know if and when you figured out the theme of the non-dinos. Here's number 5. Oh, here we go. Demandasaurus. Demandasaurus.
No.
Christina's got a thumbs down. Grace has got a thumbs down. You're going, Mom, final answer is no?
I don't know. The other expert in the room is giving me a big thumbs up.
He also said he was going to mess with you. So no, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know how trustworthy these answers are. Demandasaurus. Need a final answer.
Can you spell it?
Sure. It's like demand, D-E-M-A-N-D-A saurus. Demandasaurus.
Yeah.
That is correct. Demandasaurus is a dinosaur. Grace, you were wrong. That's okay. Number 6. Number 6. Kresgecephaly. Kresgecephaly.
Spell.
K-R-E-S-G-E-C-E-P-H-A-L-E. Kresgecephaly.
No. Are these old friends of yours?
No comment. 6 out of 6. You are 6 out of 6 now.
Uh-huh.
Number 7. Is that 7? 8? No, yeah. Gojirasaurus. Gojirasaurus.
No, that's the Japanese name for Godzilla.
That is correct. That is the Japanese name for Godzilla. So you're saying that's not a dino?
No.
Actually, yeah, it is. Gojirasaurus is an actual real dinosaur named after Gojira, but nobody's perfect. You're close, but you've only got 1 wrong. All right. 6 right, 1 wrong. We're in the home stretch. Langanator. Langanator.
No, and John would agree with me.
Okay, you are correct. That is not a dinosaur. Have you figured out the theme of the not dinos? So far, we've had Proto-Rooter-ops. We've had Powell-Long.
No, it's Proto-Ruther, actually.
All right. What is the theme then?
Your childhood friends.
These are all friends that lived in my neighborhood that
Uh-huh.
I played with growing up. You've already nailed it. All right. So you've gotten, 7 right, 1 wrong. You got 2 more. Cosmoceratops. Cosmoceratops. Christina, hard thumbs up.
Yeah.
Christina.
Yeah.
I thought M was giving a thumbs up, but she was sticking her finger in her eye.
Yes.
Okay, so 2. Yes, Cosmos with a K. K-O-S-M-O Ceratops. Cosmoceratops is a dinosaur. You are now 8-1 to get a 90, an A, which means you can skip doing your homework and just go right outside to play first today.
Yay.
Last but not least, Middleburnicus. Middleburnicus.
Is that drive north or south?
This, yeah, thank you for asking for the genus and the species. The genus is Middleburnicus. The species is Northi. Middleburnicus northi.
No way, Jose.
No. What you want to tell everyone what that dinosaur is based on?
That's the street you grew up on.
And the house you are in right now is on Middlebury Drive. So Middleburnicus is not a dinosaur. Mom, you got 9 out of 10. I'm sorry, Your Highness got 9 out of 10. You crushed the game. Thank you. You know what you've won?
The right to stay on in the meeting.
Exactly. If you don't get 6, we boot you from the Zoom room immediately. So you get to hang out. I'm going to ask you some stuff along the way as we talk about some of the best mother dinosaurs ever. Can you hang out?
Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome. Because I actually know your entire schedule today because I'm going to see you in an hour and 2 hours from now. Cool. All right. Let's do this. You guys, today we're talking about the best mother dinosaurs of all time. So we should probably start. This is just straight up pandering to my own mom. This picture. How do you know about how old you were here?
His third birthday.
Whose third birthday? Who?
Your brother's, actually, not yours.
Okay, Max's third birthday. Yeah, I noticed a lot of images you send me or that we have of you with dinosaur ephemera. It's actually like with Max more so than me.
This is true. You were not into dinosaurs early on, and sorry.
No. I came to the dino game late. We're gonna do a whole episode on like me because we've.
I think you were into it, so we did it with your little brother a lot, and you participated. Okay, bye.
Okay. All right, let's do this. We're going to count down some of the best dinosaur moms of all time. Everyone suggested this when I brought this topic up, obviously. So this is Maiasaura. Maiasaura lived in Montana, North America, about 77 million years ago. Maiasaura literally means good mother reptile or good mother lizard, depending on how you translate it, but good mother, right? And a couple of things I want to note about this. So first of all, you may notice this is not Maiasaurus. This is Maiasaura. So in Latin, the us actually is much like when we study Spanish, we think of the feminine and the masculine forms. In Latin, us, us is the male, the masculine form of reptile. Saura is the feminine. So you only have a dozen or so dinosaurs that actually end in saura, not saurus, which is the feminine version. So this is not only a great mother lizard, her name is the feminine name as well. And how do we know and why do we think this thing was a great great mother? Well, there's a place in Montana that the famous Jack Horner excavated back in the 70s that is literally called Egg Mountain because it was a site where they found over 200 different Maiasaurus specimens, a bunch of different clutches of eggs, each with 30 to 40 eggs in them. And there's a distinct possibility because they all lived together, obviously based on this evidence, that they not only were great mothers, they had a lot of parental investment, but they maybe moved in herds numbering in the literally thousands, right? And I say those two things, moving in herds and egg clutches, because those are the two major ways in which we can start to glean clues about mothers or fathers or parental investment with respect to dinosaurs, right? So one way, if we find a bunch of egg clutches with adults literally sitting on them or nearby, that's a good indication they were taking care of those eggs. Or if you find a bunch of trackways and footprints and you have different size animal footprints from the same species, they're probably moving together as some sort of family unit. So again, that's a good indication or a good clue that there was some level of parental investment, probably just as much, probably more so from the females than the males. Now, I also bring the females and males up because, as we've talked about many times, and as we all here know, birds are literally living dinosaurs, right? So the birds, every species you see on this planet, it is living, it is a dinosaur. And birds, more than any other group of vertebrates, show more equality in parental investment. So more than any other vertebrate, males and females actually take care of the young. And so just as far as parental investment goes, dinosaurs have been crushing that game forever, both as males and females, moms and dads. Shout out to the dads out there. It's not Father's Day yet though. So more Maiasaura. And because of this evidence, pretty much every image you see online of Maiasaura is a mom with infants, such as this one and such as this one as well. Can we just take a second to look at this guy at the bottom? Hey. Yeah. So this is Maiasaura, probably the most famous of all the mother or dinosaurs we know to have had some sort of level of parental investment. But there are more, including another fan favorite, one of my favorites. Mom, I'm going to ask you, do you know, we talked about this. Grace took a while to get it. Shouts to you, Grace. Mom, can you pronounce the name of this dinosaur?
Psittacosaurus?
I like how that rolled off the tongue. That was really close. Actually, it's Psittacosaurus. So you see tacos and you see a saurus. This is the Psittacosaurus. And they are so often depicted with their infants. By the way, this is a Chinese dino from about 115 million years ago. Its name means parrot lizard based off of that parrot-like beak. It is a small ceratopsian, so like related to Triceratops, that type of thing. And the reason why we know these guys, or this mother right here, took care of their young. Oh, by the way, this is what it looks like fleshed out. It's got these kind of cool little bristles coming off the back. I also like that they had to put B on there so we know exactly what its butt looks like. There's also a model of this at the American Museum of Natural History, which is our friend right here, which obviously I have to show this mom taking care of the babies because once again, look at these guys. Yeah, that is they say like a face only a mother could love. This is a face that like everybody can love. So Psittacosaurus, also a dinosaur that we have found with great evidence for some sort of level of parental investment, probably from the moms. And we know that because we have found a particular, we think it's a female, doing the robot dance, at a dig site with 34 juveniles. So one adult, 34 kids. Mom, you had 3 kids, myself, Max, and Sasha. What do you think how would your life have been different had you had 34 children?
I wouldn't be here.
You probably wouldn't be here at this point.
Watch this.
Right. I don't even know what, I wonder what the Guinness Book of World Records for most children is. Someone look that up. Put that in the chat. For humans having the most children. I'm curious to know. All right. So yeah, 31 adult, 34 kids. That's a lot of work. Again, say thanks to your mom for everything. So that is Maiasaurus, Psittacosaurus. We're going to do 5 total. Now we're going to switch gears slightly here because I had to bring this up. I went on a little bit of a wormhole last night. This might be for the slightly older people here in the group, including myself. Who out there remembers the show Dinosaurs?
Oh.
Anyone remember this show from the early 90s? It had like a 3 or 4 year run in the early 90s.
You love that.
I did. It was an interesting show for a lot of reasons. It actually hit on a lot of like pretty contemporary issues, like environmentalism, LGBT rights, censorship, corporate crime. Like these are issues that these dinosaurs were taking on in this. Well, I think this is on ABC, but that's not exactly what I'm going to talk about. Oh, by the way, so this is the mom and the dad. This is Fran and Earl Sinclair, rounding out the family. You had the older brother, the younger sister, and then the baby, which I relate to because this is the same age order as myself, my younger sister, and then Max. I also want to point out that it's crazy that they knew way back in the day what a dinosaur version of an attorney general would look like. It's uncanny. Can we talk about this for a second? It's basically the same person. Yeah, I don't know how this. Anyway, that's not exactly what I want to talk about. There's 2 more things I want to mention about this show. So I went on a wormhole last night because I wanted to do some research about Fran, the mom, who was a great dinosaur mom. The 5 members of this family, all last name Sinclair, are all different species. What? Megalosaurus, Allosaurus, Hypsilophodon, Protoceratops, and the baby's a Megalosaurus again. That makes no sense in my mind. If you're one immediate family, how are you all completely different species? I don't know. But apparently, sticking to realism wasn't the most necessary thing for the show. The most necessary, and what? Go ahead, Christina.
No, they're also wearing clothes and living in a house. So we have a lot of fact checking.
All right, you're right. There's a fair amount of fact checking we have to do there. But this next point, I want to bring this up. I don't know if Grace knows this. The mom is amazing for a number of reasons. A, she's a mom. She takes care of the whole family. But B, she was voiced by the one and only Jessica Walter from...
Of course I know that.
I didn't know if you knew that. I know you're a big fan of her. Yeah. So I love that I found them wearing the same outfit too. So this is from, do you guys know what shows? People know the show. Grace, tell them about the show.
So this is an image from Arrested Development, and she plays the exact same character also in Archer. Pretty much she's been typecast as really, what's a good word? Interesting mother figures.
Yeah, she's great. She's crushing her role, though. You know, if you're doing something else, stick with it.
I love her.
But I learned this last night that she voiced the mom, which is Fran, which is great, which is the rock that hold the whole family together like many moms do. So that is 3 out of 5. I'm going to keep this ball rolling relatively quickly because I know we're going to look at a lot of great paleo art, and there's going to be some questions, and there's other moms I want to say hi to. So moving right along, I'm going to ask my mom again. Artist formerly known as Mother / Her Highness. Can we pronounce this one?
I'd go with Psittacosaurus.
Nailed it. Crushing the game. Perfect pronunciation. Well done. So Psittacosaurus, for little size, it's between a horse and an elephant. This is a relatively large dinosaur, another one of which we are almost positive had some level of parental investment, specifically from the moms too. We know their heads had that weird crest because this is the skull, but we also know that as babies, that skull didn't look quite the same. Look at this little guy.
Ooh.
So cute. Both this and this are at the American Museum of Natural History in New York, along with this giant clutch of eggs that we found. And based on these eggs and based on the embryos inside, we were able to look at the growth rate of the embryonic teeth, which lay down mineral layers, much like you can count the growth rate in tree rings to figure out how old that animal was. And so what we figured out based on this is that they had an incredibly long incubation period of about 170 days. So if you have to incubate eggs for 170 days, that's like half a year. You have to imagine there's some sort of parental investment there to take care of these things. And so that's why this thing comes in at number 2 as the best dino moms. Now, one more. This is actually one of my brother's favorite dinos. Mom, how do you pronounce this one? Psittacosaurus. That works. Psittacosaurus. So Psittacosaurus is a type of oviraptorid. Ova meaning egg, raptor meaning thief or egg stealer. We'll get to that in a second. This is a mom and a dad, at least what we think maybe the sexual dimorphism in Psittacosaurus look like. Again, sexual dimorphism simply means different size and shape for males and females of the same species. Humans are sexually dimorphic, right? Average male is like 5'9", average female is like 5'4". So humans show sexual dimorphism. Psittacosaurus did as well. So we don't know if this was the mom or the dad who is sitting on this clutch of eggs, helping to keep it warm and incubating it. We don't know exactly how long they stayed invested once they hatched, as depicted by this image, but we do know they showed some level of care for the eggs because of this incredibly famous fossil, which is also at the American Museum of Natural History. This is a very hardcore AM&H day, which I'm not against at all. So this is a Psittacosaurus fossil that was found in Mongolia in the 20s. And we thought this was a type of oviraptor. And in fact, the name oviraptor again means egg thief or egg stealer because we originally believed this animal was killed when it was trying to prey upon or seize these eggs and a sand dune collapsed, like trapping it under the sand, fossilizing it in this moment of time. And you can see like the arms are on the side, you see the claws there, you see the eggs underneath. It wasn't until like, 20s, about 70 years later that expert analysis and detailed analysis of what was inside those eggs revealed that the animal inside the eggs was also Psittacosaurus. So even though we gave this thing a name that means egg thief or egg stealer, or the larger group that Psittacosaurus is in means egg thief or egg stealer, Psittacosaurus actually means funeral pyre lord, which is a dank name. It's a very good name. And so, yeah, this thing now we know is actually a really protective mother brooding over her nest, protecting it at the moment of death, which again speaks to dinosaur science in general, right? I love studying dinosaurs because they're a great equalizer. If you study lions, you can go watch a herd of lions. You can see how they take care of their young. You can see how they hunt. You can't do that with dinosaurs, right? So we have to use scant evidence to try to piece together our best educated guesses and hypotheses about how these animals looked, how they behaved, how their mothers may have taken care of them. And because we can't just go see them, anyone's theories about how they moved, how they behaved can be just as valid as anyone else's. Whether you are a paleontologist who's been studying for 70 years, or one of our esteemed Dino 101 compatriots, part of the quarantine, because we probably think about and study these more than most people because we do this literally every day. This is the 45th day in a row. Talk about, some people might say I have a fear of commitment. Nah, we're doing this every single day, 45 days in a row. Let's go. So, so just in review, we had Maiasaura, good mother reptile. We had Psittacosaurus, parent lizard. We had Fran Sinclair, obviously. We had Psittacosaurus, which means, by the way, near the highest lizard. I can also relate to that one. And last but not least, Psittapodi, which means funeral pyre lord. So I just went rapid fire for like 10 minutes. Grace, Christina, let me catch my breath. Do we have questions? Do we have comments? Do you have thoughts you would like to share with the squad?
I don't have any questions yet, but Sharon, bless you. That was an epic sneeze.
You that? I wasn't muted for that?
No.
Allergies.
No questions yet. I am loving all of the AMNH features today, though.
Yeah, shouts to our museum friends. You are in our hearts. We can't wait to come back and visit the museum if and when it reopens.
Oh, and we did find out through a quick little Google search that the greatest officially recorded number of children born to one mother is 69, to this woman in Russia who was a peasant who lived from 1707 to 1782. She had 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets.
What?
Wow.
That is bonkers.
Bonkers.
Tina just blew her brains out.
Bonkers.
I that's how many 6th graders I have in distance learning at the same time, and I can mute them.
Life is easier on
her.
Wow.
Christina, do you have any other comments, thoughts, questions?
Just I have a lot of people feeling nostalgic about that dinosaur show.
Yeah.
Like I was as well. And people are pointing out those dinos, different species would have lived during different times. And so just like stripping away all of the layers of non-science, like, oh, okay, if we got dinos that lived at the same time, lived in a realistic situation, we don't have any media that we can refer to.
It's weird because like they clearly were somewhat like science focused because they even mentioned what species they are, but like they wanted to just tweak it a little bit. And I bring this up because I was looking at like when the show takes place, and it says it takes place 60 million and 3 years ago, which is very specific, but also dinosaurs went extinct about 65, 66 million years ago. So I don't know.
So maybe these are the last ones left that were hiding in a corner and then made a family.
Speaking of the last one, apparently the last ever episode, the series finale, was incredibly sad, and it did involve an asteroid coming.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly what went down.
Do you remember what the baby would say?
The baby would always say, "Not the mama."
Right.
Right. Whenever anyone tried to interact with it, only wanted to.
And that's what Max would say when he woke up in his crib, and your dad would walk in. Really?
Really?
Actually, he would say, "Not you."
Oh.
No, it's, No, Max, is that true?
Moving right along. He can't.
Moving along.
People fact checking these Dino Finale.
People okay. Maybe one day we still have to have a Jurassic Park viewing. We have to do a Dinosaurs series finale viewing. Dinotasia. What was the other one? Dinotasia. Cool. All right. So before we move on, Mom, I didn't tell you this was going to happen. Sorry, Your Highness. I didn't tell you this was going to happen, but I have a relatively quick challenge for you. Are you up to a task that involves getting up and moving around the house?
Yeah.
There's no like speed limit or like time.
Okay.
This is just as quickly as you feel like you can do it. Because of popular demand, I'm going to need you to bring us back 2 things. 1, any dinosaur you find, maybe it's one I used to play with, I don't know, any dinosaur you can still find in a house that myself and all the kids have not lived in for, I don't know, a decade at least. That is number 1. And 2, ideally, the most embarrassing photo you can find of me. Wow. All right. She clearly had something in mind already. She's going to bring back we'll see. Very embarrassing photo. Maybe. We should have had everyone bring that. Is that her coming back at this point? No?
Did you also want Christina and me to find our most embarrassing photos of you while this is happening?
If you can, that's...
We can. we probably have a great source.
I can dig deep here.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
Fine. All right.
Yeah.
I noticed other people that I have known for various parts of my life looking at their phones right now. I can only assume they're searching the internets for incredibly.
Yeah, I just, you kind of opened the floodgates here. Wow.
Yeah, but who is this really embarrassing for? Me or my mom? She made me. I'm her progeny. It's like I'm like one of the paintings on the wall.
You.
Progeny. Put that down. So I also, while we have a second, as my mom comes back, I want to mention that we have done this again 45 days in a row. If you want to support Dino 101, I'm simply Dustin-Growick on Venmo or dgrowick at gmail.com if you use PayPal. Once we come to the end of our time together, not just today, but like every single Dino 101, all good things have to come to an end. We're going to do a final like graduation day ceremony. During that day, I think it'd be really fun to go through all the very scientific terms and phrases and phraseology that we have used and made up and stumbled upon during our time together. So if you can think of any that really stuck in your brain, other than obviously neck meat and like long boy, spiky boy, send a message to Grace or Christina because we're compiling the appendix, the glossary of very important Dino 101 terms. So
I'm going to get some questions coming in.
All right, please, let's hit us with, I wanted to leave a fair amount of time today to go through and really pay attention to the Paleo Art Gallery because I know it's going to be great.
Pretty good.
So, all right, let's bring Grace to the front. Christina, you can start asking the questions.
That's a pretty good one.
Really long hair, I'm getting there. Pretty emo, flock situation. I would like to note I am still wearing my characteristic calculator watch in this photo. Grace, where is this photo taken?
This was downtown at that event we went to for Scott Stringer last summer. This was like on the water downtown.
Oh, I thought that was the roof of the Met. No.
No, this is like on.
But so that's recently.
Like,
that's
see the Brooklyn Bridge in the background.
Within the last couple of years, right before I needed a haircut.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you got a haircut like the next day.
Christina, what questions we got?
Raptor asked, if Psittacosaurus is in Mongolia, where was Oviraptor found?
So Psittacosaurus has been found, where is Oviraptor specifically? Because there are a bunch of different species of Oviraptor. Most Oviraptors that we know are found throughout Asia, so Mongolia, China, potentially Cambodia, Laos. I'm not sure in North America. I don't think so, but it's specifically an Asian dinosaur, I think. I'm not positive. And also, by the way, when I list the countries here, some, for instance, like Maiasaura that has been found here in Montana, I listed that specifically because that was like the only place. But a lot of these have been found in multiple different countries. I just listed the one where I guess we've either found the most or the most notable skeleton comes from. So, like for instance, with Psittacosaurus, they've been found in places other than other than China, like Mongolia as well. But we just list that because that's where the majority have been found. Mom, you are back. Would you like to share what you have brought? Christina, do you have any other questions at this point?
Yeah, I've gotten a few.
Okay, let's do a couple more and then we'll go to my mom.
Okay, Stephanie asked, is there any evidence for brood parasitism in dinos, like when cuckoos lay their eggs in other species' nests?
There is some actually. So there's evidence of a crocodilian, a type of like crocodilian species is alive. I forget the species of dinosaur, but we have found their eggs in the clutch of eggs of a dinosaur. And so like many extant animals today do, birds and some other like crocodile, alligator species will lay eggs or put their eggs in the nest of a different animal, kind of to sneakily, clandestinely put them there so that they don't have to take care of them. And then this other animal keeps them warm, incubates them until they hatch, much the same as they're doing with their eggs, which is a really interesting, strange, kind of dank evolutionary adaptation for survival. And if you're wondering why I keep saying dank, I'm just going to add that to the list, our glossary list, and we'll get back to that.
A very scientific term, dank.
Dank adaptation.
No, that's how scientists describe the best adaptation.
Always,
dank,
yes.
Dank adaptations.
One more question from Nicholas. How intense was parental care in sauropods?
Oh, great question. I forgot to bring that up. Probably not at all. So for clutches like Maiasaura and Psittacosaurus, we're talking egg clutches anywhere to like 20 to 40 eggs. with evidence that the moms and dads stayed around, community investment, parental investment. When it comes to sauropods, we're generally speaking much, much larger clutches, like up to 100 eggs per clutch, right? And so when you have that many eggs in one clutch, it's a decent indication that they were going for quantity over quality, or at least quantity over survival rate, right? If you only have a couple, you got to take care of those babies and make sure they survive. If you lay 100 eggs, it stands to reason that probably the majority of those may get picked off or eaten by other animals. So you just lay more, knowing if you're playing a numbers game, some of those are going to be able to survive. Also, I can't imagine a sauropod trying to sit on eggs. They would probably crush them. And we don't really have much evidence of crushed eggs or footprints with sauropods, like in association, which again is a decent hint that they laid giant clutches of eggs and then kind of didn't hang out in that area anymore. But again, we're not positive. We're gleaning clues from a scant fossil record. But the fact that they had so many more eggs is a good indication there was probably less parental investment. Right? If you have 69 kids like that Russian mom, like, I don't know, you can't take care of each one equally.
Man, I don't have questions coming in right now, but I do have a lot of suggestions, words to add to our Dino 101 dictionary.
Good. Yeah. Give me a couple good ones, and then we should save this list.
Grace, do you want to read off the ones that you sent me?
Sure. So Adela said murder banana.
Ooh, murder bananas. Murder bananas. T-Rex teeth, murder bananas.
Lauren said speculative gobbleness.
Speculative gobble. Those are great.
That's what I've got so far.
Okay.
Dina, what did you get?
Murder banana. Any other, Christina, you got any more? Should we go back to my mom?
Just getting a lot of suggestions for various combinations of dank neck meat. So there's just regular neck meat, there's regular dank. Some people sent dank neck meat.
We'll do a classification of types of neck.
Yeah, like a
extra little empty. Added bean water.
Ooh, bean water. Bean water.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Mom, I'm going to come to you in one hot second to see this dino and this embarrassing thing, but I need to go to the Futrell and McLean clan just for a second because there's 3 of you, so there's going to be a tie. So one of the most important things that we talk about here is it's really polarizing, right? People pick one side or the other. It breaks families apart. Hopefully this doesn't happen right now. Pick a side. You have to choose one. Pancakes or waffles? Ron first. Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Tina?
Pancakes.
Waffles.
Yeah, Callie, totally correct. Trust the younger generations. They know what's up. That's right. I feel like about 2/3 of the Dino Corn team goes waffles. So Callie, you're welcome on our squad. Ron and Tina, pancakes are fine as well.
You can hang out with Jada.
Yeah, you can hang out with Jada, the pancake stand. That's what we're gonna call Jada from now on. Jada pancake stand Elcock. All right, Mom, we're going back to you. So, all right, frozen waffles that are gluten-free. Excellent.
Yeah, terrible. They're just so bad. Don't buy that brand.
Okay, but we're not here for waffles. We are here for either a dinosaur that you found in the house many years after I have been in there and or an embarrassing picture. Let's do the dino first. What did you find?
Well, your nephews have all 100 dinos.
That's right. We did give them to my sister's kiddos, but oh, look at this beautiful dino planter. So we have something emerging from an egg. We have what appears to be like a mashup of a Dimetrodon and a Spinosaurus. Dimetrodon technically is not a dinosaur, but we'll let this one slide. Also, shouts to Catherine Levison all the way from Melbourne, Australia, who is here every day at 2 a.m. her time to watch this and just built a giant dinosaur planter in her house. Mom, can you hold up the egg to the screen so we can kind of try to figure out what species that is? Oh, is it a baby of that bigger one?
Yeah.
All right, in the chat, do you guys think this is a Spinosaurus or do we think this is a Dimetrodon? Can you hold up the mom here? I wonder. Grace, Christina, what do you think? Spinosaurus, Dimetrodon?
It's like very evenly split right now.
Yeah, it's again, we did a whole dinosaur toy episode. It's really hard to tell the anatomical correctness for a lot of these. That looks great, Mom. I like the planner idea. Can you bring up
Dimetrodon?
Okay. It says Dimetrodon on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Symmetrodon. Oh, you have another planner with more dinos? I can't really identify this. Wow, that's cute. That is cute. All right. And the jade plant, I like that. Now, Mom, before we go to your embarrassing photo, just as kind of a warm-up, I'm going back to Tina here, who apparently has an embarrassing photo. Would you like to hold it up to the screen? Is there any, tell us about it. Go ahead.
All right, well, it's not really an embarrassing picture. Kind of, because you have a 4-year-old, 3, and you're drinking.
Oh.
Okay, so Callie, you are holding a Coors Light. This is a family-friendly So I just like to bring up the fact that in Ohio, at Ohio State specifically, we party for football games, and the only type of beverage you're allowed is to drink out of a beer can, right? So you filled that beer can with, I assume, like Gatorade or Pedialyte or something, right?
Well, I had to empty it first.
Right, all right, we'll let this one slide. Hold that up one more time because I want to see the haircut I had. Just look at cute little baby Dusty. Oh, that's cute. All right, that's a great warm-up for, I'm sure, something that's going to be even worse coming from Her Highness Ofcom. What do you got, Mom?
I couldn't find the photo with the beaded hair. That was very frustrating.
I'm sorry, what?
Beaded hair. I will share it before this show ends on Friday.
Karen, I need you to send that to me as soon as you find it. Wow. Oh, this is really good too.
That's so cute.
Oh.
Very cute.
That is really cute. See, I had pulled it down for the photo, but I knew how important wearing a mask was going to be. Also, I don't think that's a dinosaur on the right.
No, definitely not.
It's a horseosaurus. Mom, that is great. Thank you. All right.
No, one more.
Oh, sorry. There's one that I really hope you're not going to show.
Yes, that's great.
That is a production of Cheaper by the Dozen in middle school.
I believe you mean Midsummer Night's Dream.
No, that's Cheaper by the Dozen. Midsummer Night's
Dream. I wouldn't be wearing that in Midsummer Night. You're right.
James costumes, yeah.
Right. That's all right. I did have a short theater phase. You can put that back down. As Max, my brother, has often commented, you're like a theater kid who on the first day of class took a wrong turn and ended up in the science classroom, which is pretty fair. All right. I'm really excited to see this Mother's Day Paleo Art Gallery. So hold those up. We're going to go around the room. My esteemed co-hosts, Grace and Christina, as well as obviously the guest spurt of the day, Her Highness Sharon. Any comments you have on these drawings are greatly appreciated. We're going to start with this. Okay. Is this okay? All right.
Did you give it a pouch like a marsupial?
Hey, I like the speculative marsupial pouch on this dino. It's pretty good. Catherine, again, all the way from Melbourne. Oh, that is so
very
cute.
sweet, Catherine.
Look at the mom and baby T-Rex with the 2 hearts. Jada, every day with a beautiful drawing. Look at this Oviraptor. Ollie, the Oviraptor, didn't steal eggs. She protected them. Happy Mother's Day.
Oliver, Oscar,
Una?
Uma? Una?
Aww.
Right.
That is cute. M. Oh,
beautiful.
Wow. So much hearts. I'm feeling the love.
I think I was going to cry during today's Dino 101. I miss my mom.
Oh, look. Agus has got a Agus, what species is that?
Maiasaura.
It's a Maiasaura with a clutch of eggs. Awesome.
Really
nice. That looks great. I love that. Spotlight this.
Oh,
this is like straight out of Land Before Time.
Straight out of Land Before Time.
Yeah.
I also like how that newly hatched dinosaur was way too big for the egg from which it came. That's
why it hatched. Busting out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Life.
This next one's got a lot of color. We got an Oviraptor mom. We got eggs going peep peep.
Lenosaurus, this is so good. You always have I know you love purple. It looks great. You should definitely give that to your mom today.
Yeah, this was an elaborate ploy to get you guys to make drawings that you can then send to your moms.
Yeah.
How about this one? Maggie Barron, what do we got here? Hold that up. Oh, it's a whole family.
Oh, the nest. There they are.
I love that you did one dinosaur of each of the ones I talked about.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. A family across species. It's a beautiful thing.
Love it. How about these two? Natty coming correct as usual.
You have a hat? Is your dino wearing a hat, Natty? Oh, that's awesome. Oh, is it? And Natty said this is your mom, right?
My
Oh,
name's Mom.
Hey, oh man, with beautiful colors. I love the parallels and the differences.
Yeah.
Like a mom and a kid.
Mm-hmm. Into it. How about Bryn's here?
Hattie getting ready to lay some eggs or to have the eggs hatch. I guess they're already been laid.
Such focus.
Hattie, I love this. I will say though, Psittacosaurus is not a hadrosaur, but I like the name. Psittacosaurus is a hadrosaur. We don't think hadrosaurs had feathers, but I love this drawing. I love it brooding over the nest. I love the tail feather plumage. I like the look like, you looking at me? Into it. I just want to share Kanan's screen here for a second, just because he's got a whole family around. Yeah, it's good. You look like you are the egg. You have hatched from the egg in Jurassic Park.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow. Look at this one. We got another whole family here.
Oh, the little sea tacos brought flowers. Look at that.
Love this. Love this. Allez, Luke. Oh, you guys, we have people from all over the world bringing in their drawings. Ashley, best dinosaur. Ashley, you are a phenomenal artist. Like we need to make like a dinosaur comic book. I like the ones in the bottom playing around, one's biting the other one's neck. Into that. Like, oh, the saddle with the pouch on the side. The backpack.
Chomp.
The fact that you did this in the last like 30 minutes is incredibly impressive. Let's go to Adela here. Oh, nice. The stripes. We got I like the little one, Marvin, Max, and Mia. Marvin looks hungry. He's yelling for some food. Into it. Margot, we're coming to you. Oh, another mom and baby T-Rex. Like that. Like that a lot. Maybe get some feathers on the baby. Let's go to Yasmin here. Yasmin's got a couple. I love how every day you guys fold your papers to only reveal the dinosaur. We can't see any empty white space. Grace, you love the purple though, right? On Mary.
I do.
Here?
Mary looks great. And look at that neck meat. Just beautiful purple neck meat on Mary.
That's true. I looked away for a moment to find an embarrassing picture of Dustin on my phone. And then I look up to see this beautiful display of neck meat.
Christina,
Several
never apologize. Yeah, Christina, never apologize. It's a very important task you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I found a good one.
Uh-oh, look at Oviraptor coming correct here.
Maiasaura, Lovasaur. Love. Who's that, Larry? Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Lovey.
I like that they're like necking. They're rubbing their necks. I'm into it.
True love.
All right, we got a couple last ones. Wow, a whole poster board. Love it, Nick. Headmont. Oh, I like that he's got the genus and the species. Like the head ornamentation there. That looks good. Christina, you're a duckbill enthusiast. What do you give this?
I'm a big fan. Oh,
12 out of 10?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, Edmontosaurus gets a 12 out of 10. I really like the head crest and the little baby that's like actively curious. Hello, Mom. I found something cool. I want to tell you about it.
Let's go to Lauren. Hi, Lauren. Oh, I like that there are hearts coming off of the eggs. I've not seen that. That's cute. You can't see that with the naked eye because it's infrared, right? It's outside of the visible light spectrum. But if you had like those night vision goggles, you could see the hearts emanating from the egg.
And this mom is looking at the eggs like, what the heck is this? You weren't supposed to come out for another week. I had plans.
You were early. Is my mom here? Does she also, is she back? Does she know? I don't know where she went. Anyway, oh, there you are. You're right there. Christina, Grace, we have a couple more minutes. Did you guys find embarrassing photos of me? Is there anything else you would like to share?
Yeah.
Your Highness? Yeah.
I can show the pictures I found.
Cool.
I haven't found one that's better than the one I already showed. So I will, maybe I'll save some for next time.
Okay.
Here, I'll spotlight myself.
I got you.
I still have a screen full of Lauren.
No, you're spotlighted.
Oh, okay. Here's Dustin.
Uh-oh.
Why? There we go.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. I keep clicking spotlight to see her and nothing's
A
happening.
real swamp.
There we are.
Wait.
Oh, wait,
Hold it up again, Christina.
Okay. So we all know Dustin loves museums, especially the American Museum of Natural History in New York City.
Big facts. Okay.
Oh, wow. Is that a swamp?
It is
Look
a
at that.
swamp. That's a swamp.
Look at that. Is that a real
Also
plant?
a swamp. Yep.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
So those are the best examples. I mean, we took a few. Wow. Branch?
Why, why did we take a bunch of pictures of me pointing at a swamp?
I think there.
I remember.
I had a stupid idea for a game on my tour, and we tried it, and then I didn't delete the pictures.
This is one of the reasons why I love you, Christina. Is like we try to think of the dumbest, stupidest, most fun games to play on tours of the American Museum of Natural History, and I feel like we have I would say a 25% success rate. And what I mean by that is something we actually end up trying with strangers on a tour that started as a bad idea. 75% of the time we work on it and they're like, nah, this is just too dumb. It's never going to work. Is that fair? You think 75%? Christina's frozen.
Yeah, I think Christina, you keep freezing on us.
It's okay. It's all right. What are you going to do? Grace, do we have any last?
No.
Oh, now you're back.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
I was just asking what percentage of ideas that we have with respect to tour or games or stories actually end up being on a tour?
Oh, yeah, I heard all of that. I think I was the only one who froze.
Okay.
Yeah, probably about a 30% success rate. But what I love is that you equally take it seriously coming up with really dumb stuff. We want to do a really good job at doing something really silly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it.
Grace, do you have any final questions, thoughts, comments before?
Sure. So everyone, this is my stepmom over here, and also her birthday.
What? It's a birthday?
So everyone can wish her a happy Ann Day. And she's a science
Happy birthday.
Hi,
Yes. Thank you.
and she's a science teacher, and yeah, so this is my mom. Happy Ann Day. Here we go.
Yay, science teacher.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice. Christina, Christina, your mom has showed up before too. She's just not here.
Yeah, who knows what she's up to today, but I hope that it's making her very happy.
Well, thank you to your mom for making you, and thank you to and my mom obviously for making me. Thank you to all the moms out there anywhere. None of us would be who we are or where we are today without them. So seriously, sincere thank you. I love you, Mom. I'm going to see you in about an hour and a half. I also want to bring up that I'm pretty sure this coming week is going to be the final week of Dino 101. Super big single tiers coming down. And the reason being is if we go through Friday will be day 50, which means we have done literally 50 days in a row of this. And A of all, I need a little bit of a break. B of all, we have other stuff that we try to focus on. But that all being said, I'm going to try to do the most fun week ever, obviously, with topics based on your suggestions. So like Friday, we're probably going to do a graduation ceremony. We're going to go through this whole list of crazy terms that you guys have lovingly embraced during our time together. We're going to have a Sue the T-Rex specific day this week. I'm bringing up my calendar. What else? We had some requests for a Dustin biopic, which, I mean, you can pander to me. I'm a Leo. I'll take the attention. I don't mind. But I know a lot of people want to know like how the heck this started, how I got into dinosaurs, my career path that ended, well, it didn't end. It continues with all of you in this room. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last week of Dino 101, unless we just take a break and start it back over. But I say this because I am excited to see all of you guys this week, Monday through Friday, every single day, same Zoom time, same Zoom channel. We are gonna, Natty has a great idea right now, Games Day. We'll just do all the different games because again, Grace, there's a game we have to play with you. We haven't played yet, Games Day. But today is Mother's Day. So I don't care if you're planting flowers for your mom, reaching in the deepest depths of the Hallmark catalog to find the best card. I'm making this up as we go. Never stop digging, never stop loving your mom. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
Sharon.
Bye.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye. 3, 2, 1.